Good afternoon, America. Live from Sun and Fun, northern New England, coastal southern Maine, on this Thinking Thursday, February 15th, 2018. It's about 5 minutes past 1 p.m. here in the afternoon at the world famous northern New England, coastal southern Maine towpath, the Cumberland and Oxford Canal towpath. Of course, it's also referred to by me often as the Fore River Bird Sanctuary, right here in Portland, Maine, Maine's largest city. This is a freelance video, and you will find it on the World Wide Web. Yes, you'll find it on some social media websites, and I'll also try to post it on my website, which is under development. I'm not affiliated with any business or enterprise that you may see in the video today. I'm out here in the public domain sharing my comments and views with you. And if there's a comment page under the video, go right ahead and send me a comment. Please keep it upbeat and clean. I am out here in the public domain and I appreciate it, and I will respond in kind. And I want to thank those who take the time to subscribe to my pages and comment on them. Thank you very much. This is also a WYSIWYG, and that is what you see is what you get. Right out here in the public domain, northern New England, coastal southern Maine. And it's about, I'll show you around here, and we'll get into a little bit of a discussion on the topic of the day. But it's about 45 degrees. We got this overcast, and there's the potential for some rain this evening, but quickly the Fore River Bird Sanctuary Trail, the towpath, is melting. It's a bit muddy. Yeah, there's some muddy water here on the trail. I wanted to get out and about, and I often get out and about here in northern New England, coastal southern Maine, not just Portland, Scarborough, Old Orchard Beach, Westbrook. Sometimes I'll get down to Biddeford and Saco, and this is a fantastic hobby of mine, and I do enjoy it. And I started doing this after being inundated by media on my computer and on the TV, if you can imagine, on devices. And I found an outlet, and that is get out and about and get away from it all if I can, and take some pictures, do a nature walk, get some exercise. And as this hobby of mine is developed, I've posted over 1,000 videos, and some of them I've taken down, some are still up, but I've gotten better at this hobby. But I generally started doing this about 6 or 7 years ago, and I continue to endure. Again, these are just my comments and views, and today I was driving around looking indeed for a place to get away from it all, due to all the terrible news that has taken place in Florida. And I just wanted to take a moment and remember all of those victims and all those who are suffering loss. So let's just take a minute and remember those who lost their lives, and in that entire community, and all those involved in the recent events that have taken place in Florida. So let's just take a minute here. Okay, God bless that community. God bless all the law enforcement and everybody that's involved. The hospitals, that community is under incredible amount of stress. And there is just so much media and so many flashpoints and so much taking place that it's difficult, if in fact almost impossible, to stay plugged in. And hello, and some trail walkers. Isn't that wonderful? That's one of the reasons why I got to get out here, smiling and getting out and about. So it's almost impossible to find some clarity with the TV, the news, the cable news, the mobile news, the social media news. I found the radio. It's inundating my thoughts and conclusions. So I unplugged, and I'm so glad that I did. It's not that I don't care. I do care. But prior to unplugging, of course, I heard all the pundits, all the sayers, the whole political spectrum. And everybody that is in some form of media that wants to capitalize on their thoughts and opinions have done so. Nonetheless, I did hear something that makes a tremendous amount of sense to me, and I wanted to reflect upon that. And of course, I won't post any ads on this video, and I will share it on the World Wide Web, and it will end up, I'm sure, on social media. But I heard the police officer, and I'm not familiar with his name, I don't speak for the police, but I heard the police officer say emphatically that they're gathering the evidence, they're following all of their evidence and procedures, they have a suspect being detained, and they're doing the most professional job that they could ever possibly do, and it's overwhelming to them, but they are taking care of business, and they are following procedures that are necessary. And I remember when I was a younger man, 500 years ago, I studied criminal justice and proceedings, and I did a few papers, and I had some great professors, and I met some fascinating people in law enforcement. Yep. And it brought back some of the things I learned as a young college student, and that is there are evidence and procedures that must come before justice is served. And that's the country we live in. Because we live in an open, free society, every citizen has rights. You are innocent until proven guilty. It's just the way it works. And what causes a criminal to act has more to do with intent and other facts and evidence that must come, that must be gathered through an investigation, and then justice will be served. That's the way it works. So I wanted to focus in on that for a minute, because what I'm hearing in media is incredibly bizarre. There are famous people on talk radio, newscasters, pundits, and opinion makers running the gambit, claiming that social media should be shut down, claiming that children should no longer be allowed to use their devices, that everybody and anybody that says anything that doesn't sound proper should be scrutinized, investigated, that the FBI should go and knock on everybody's doors. It's just not the way the Constitution works. It's just not our country, and it's never going to be that way. We have a process. We have an open society. We have a Constitution. We have the Fourth Amendment. And not everybody that drives a truck or a vehicle runs off the road. Not everybody that uses a knife commits a crime. Not everybody that owns a gun shoots somebody. Not everybody that's on social media or plays video games or watches violent TV or goes to the movies and watches violent movies at the theaters. Not everybody that does this is a suspect. Did I make myself clear? I heard the president make statements regarding the issue. I've listened to the authorities, and I do believe, with all due respect, that the investigators, the professionals, are on this case, and they will bring this to trial, and justice will be served. It may not be served in a manner that satisfies all our pain and emotional loss, but justice will be served, and they have a suspect. And I did hear one talk radio superstar open up with dialogue, and it also stoked my rational mindset and some thoughts. We have to let the process continue, and we need to let law enforcement do their job. So in the interim, what I'm doing is I'm praying for Florida. I'm praying for our country, and I'm praying for those community leaders and all of our schools in this country, all our children, and all those who are innocent. And I'm praying that justice will be served. And that is the way it works in the United States of America. I heard a comment that this is what I heard. This only happens in America. Well, one of the reasons why things happen the way they do in America is we have an open society. We don't shut everything down due to the criminal acts that take place, due to those that violate the law. We don't shut everybody down. It's not your responsibility, and it's not my responsibility that someone committed a criminal act. We have a justice system, and it's our responsibility to support that justice system, to support our communities, to pray for one another, and bring that suspect to justice. That's our responsibility. So if America continues to listen to all of the fake news and all of the hype and all the unreasonable people suggesting everything under the sun, we're not letting due process unfold here. And that's what we need today, is due process and trust. And I do trust, especially where the suspect is now being detained, that this suspect will be brought to justice. This is Frank Margell. I wanted to get that off my chest, and it's such an emotional issue, and I don't blame all the pundits and all the talk radio, social media superstars, and everybody and his brother for saying they're going to shut down YouTube and they're going to shut down Facebook and all these other platforms and Twitter and all that. You know what? They say they're going to shut it down, and they're sick of it, but they're posting on it while they're saying that. So I ain't buying that. I'm not buying that, okay? Just give justice an opportunity by following the facts, evidence, and procedures. Then we get our justice. In America, it's justice for all, and you're innocent until proven guilty. And this event, this criminal act, will be brought before the courts, and justice will prevail. God bless you. This is Frank Margell at the ever-popular Four River Bird Sanctuary, Portland, Maine, Maine's largest city. The Tow Road Trail, or the Tow Trail. right here in Maine's largest city. February 15th, thinking Thursday. It's really nice to get out and about with you today. I wasn't going to post a video today because I've been so moved by these events, but I want to keep faith and keep practicing my hobby and trade right here in northern New England, coastal southern Maine. So it was nice to get out and about with you. And if I strike a chord with you and you want to send me a comment, go right ahead. Maybe agree with me, maybe you disagree with me. You know, you have a right to your own opinion and views. Just please, if you send me a comment, keep it upbeat and clean, and I will respond in kind. Thank you very much. This is Frank Margell. No matter where you are in the free world, you have a great Maine day. Let's practice some patience and tolerance here and let justice prevail. And in this particular case, they have the suspect. So we just need to be patient. And that was the advice I heard, and I couldn't agree more. You take care. And kudos to all our law enforcement. And I just wanted to say from the bottom of my heart, it must be incredibly difficult, if not nearly impossible, but they're doing it, to be involved in such a case where there is so much death, loss of life, and tragic mourning. And we're talking about school-aged children, communities, and families. So we need to pray for law enforcement, and they will bring this to justice. And if not, well, that'll be another day, but we need to give them some time to do so. You take care. This is Frank out.